Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Welcome to the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel here on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, the heart of the Deep South. Doing the video today from my new little bar area that I've made. I'm going to do a review today though on the Klipsch R-51PM speakers, which I installed in this room for a particular purpose. I want to talk about that because I think these speakers will find a place in a couple of different scenarios for people. If you're a newbie, you're a beginner with a turntable, and you have a couple of other devices such as streaming with Bluetooth or CD player that you have, or even a television that you have, or something with an optical out. This is a really nice set of powered speakers that I think would fit well, especially if you have an apartment or someplace that's small where you don't need a lot of power. These are 60-watt speakers, and I'm gonna show these up close to you here in a minute. You can see it up here in the back, one of them. I've got them up in the corners of the room. And right now I've got the Jeff Beck Blu-ray playing, and I'm using an optical connection on this. So just a little bit about the speakers. This is also, I think, fits well in an area like this, which is a nice open space, a bar area. Not specifically for quote unquote hi-fi listening, although they're a very decent sounding pair of speakers. Again, 60 watts per speaker. They're two-way. They have a bass reflex option that kind of tunes the bass to the room. And since they're rear ported, they're gonna get the bass off of whatever's behind it. So it's kind of important on how you place them. They work very well in corners. So you can see up here, the speakers in the corner, and over here on this side, speakers in the other corner. And I get a very good bass sound off of them. I'm gonna turn it up for you so you can hear how they sound. I'm gonna play my turntable through it. Right now, of course, you've got the Blu-ray playing through it through an optical connection. These are 5 1/4 copper spun woofers, 1-inch aluminum tweeter on these. They have a nice horn, 90 by 90 horn on them. Frequency response is anywhere from 68 hertz to 21 kilohertz. It's an MDF cabinet, and they're 7 by 13 by 8.5. So they're not huge, but they're decent enough size to fill a fairly decent sized room. Again, if you're an apartment, a place where you want to be able to stream music from your phone, you don't need to buy an amplifier for this. Makes it very nice, very convenient, which is why I bought it for this room. They only weigh about 10.6 pounds a piece, so they're not super heavy. Here's the guide that comes with it. I'm going to talk just a little bit about it's very easy to change your sources. Here's the remote here. So, you know, if you want to switch it to Bluetooth, you just hit the Bluetooth button. You'll get a blue light on the speaker, and my phone plays through it fantastic, pretty much from anywhere in the house. If you want to go to the optical, it says optical. I click here, which is what I've got it on now. The light will change to a different color. It changes to red, telling you that you're on the optical. If I want to go to my aux in, it has a 3.5 millimeter input for an aux. I've got my CD player hooked to that, so I can play my CD player straight into it. Then you've got a phono input. It's a switch on the back of the speaker, so you can go from a phono to a line in, which is very nice feature to have. So if you're looking at the back of the speaker, it'd be kind of hard for me to show you what it looks like because they're up on the wall, but I'm going to show you the diagram here on the back that kind of shows you the layout. And these were on sale for $299. Their list price is $600. They usually go for around $400, $450, sometimes $500. Amazon had a sale, they were $299. So I picked them up, and they go well with this room. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so that you can hear it. Leave your comments if you have any experience with Klipsch speakers, especially the powered speakers. I opted for the larger 51s versus the 41s. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit so you can kind of hear. Very nice clear speakers. A nice bass response on them for what they are. They also have subwoofer out if you want to connect it to a subwoofer. I'm going to give you a closer look at the speaker. And again, they're great for a room like this. I'm not going for a real hi-fi sound here. I want something that sounds pretty good. So if people are over, I'm hanging out in this particular bar area, I get pretty decent sound, and I do. It's not going to be something for a hi-fi person, but I would consider these to be mid-fi speakers. And again, for someone who's just starting out that doesn't want to have to buy an amplifier or something like this, these would do well to sit on your bookshelf or mount them up. Again, I think they work well in corners and you get a nice bass response. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a record on so you can hear that, and I'll let it play a little bit longer. But they get plenty loud. Fantastic Blu-ray, by the way. If you don't have this one, this Jeff Beck performing this week at Ronnie Scott's is fantastic. All right, so now if I'm going to switch over to the phono, I hit the phono here. My light up there changes now to like a purple, and I can drop on the turntable. Now, I do recommend, if you're going to be playing records, getting something like this Bellari here, this Bellari preamp. These are about 130 bucks. But what's nice about this is it will give you a bass and treble adjustment. And I think that's kind of necessary with the setup like this, because if you're gonna be in here playing different kinds of music, if I throw a jazz record on, if I throw a rock record on, and again, with the way this room is, it's a larger room, you get a lot of reflection, and I think it's necessary to have some bass and treble adjustment. And that Bellari is a nice, reasonably priced preamp that sounds pretty decent. You got a volume control on there, and you have 2-channel input, and of course it'll take your phono and send it to a line, and that's why I have it set up here going into the speakers up there. So it also has an auto turn off feature. So if, for example, I'm done listening to my record and I forget to turn it off and there's no input going into the speakers, it does have an automatic shut off. I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes, it'll turn itself off. You can also defeat that feature on the back of the speaker. So I'm going to drop on here a record, and we'll crank this up. Again, I'm really happy with these. And of course, you got the speaker over there on the other side. It's also USB audio input. I'll hold this up a little closer so you can check it out again. So again, for two types of people, I think these speakers work well for. A nice space like this, a bar area, a large listening area, where you can entertain people. You get a really nice clear sound, you get enough bass resonance. It's very nice for someone also that doesn't want to have to buy an amplifier. You're in an apartment or you're just getting started with your turntable and you want Bluetooth streaming, you want those other inputs maybe for your television, you've got them all right there built into the speaker. Of course, the speaker over here is what has all the amplification in it, and you run your speaker cable over to the other one, and that's what powers your other speaker over here. So you just have power going to the one speaker. It also does come with all the cables. So it comes with a nice long speaker cable that was long enough, just long enough to go to one end of this room to the other, and that was almost 20 feet of cable, close to. It was like 18 feet, I believe. But it comes with all these cables here. And of course, if you want your mini plug to come out of your CD player, like I've got here, you can buy those cables on Amazon for relatively inexpensive. Your phono cable for your turntable or going out of your preamp there, you can pick those up on Amazon. So a very nice versatile setup, and I think these speakers I've been very impressed with them for what they are, for the cost, for 300 bucks. Kind of an all together system for those that, you know, want to have something that sounds decent, you can throw up in your room, entertainment space. Might have some people hanging out here at the bar, having a couple beers or whatever, listening to some music, great for that. And for those people that, again, don't want to have to purchase an amplifier, that's one of the reasons I bought it for this room. I didn't want to have to buy another amplifier and then have to figure out what, you know, especially for a room like this. I'll kind of give you an idea. Since I built this bar here, and it's a mobile bar on wheels. On my last live broadcast, I kind of showed you guys that. But this room here, I kind of transformed it into a bar. And so it's a fairly decent sized room. And if I have people over and we're hanging out or whatever, if I'm just sitting here in the evening and I would just want to throw a record on or throw something up on the television or whatever, throw the Fire Stick in, I've got that. The speakers sound nice. It fills the room. Very clear sound. I have enough bass resonance. And again, with the records, I've got that Bellari preamp, which gives me the ability to change my treble and my bass to modify it as needed. So for the price, you know, if you're just starting out as well with a new turntable and you want something that's pretty versatile, again, if I want to stream on my phone, I'm doing stuff around the house, I can just stream to the speakers on my phone. A little bit less fidelity with Bluetooth streaming, but again, if I'm just doing stuff around the house, I want to stream to these speakers, it works fantastic. Pair it right up, can stream music, and yeah, so they're very versatile speakers. And again, for the price, especially if you can get them for 300 bucks when they're on sale, I think they're a great buy. So I've got more reviews coming up. As you can see, I picked up the Sonny Rollins Freedom Weaver box set that's sitting back here. Where's my finger pointing? And then I've got the Sonny Rollins Live at the Vanguard 3 LP set that just came in. I'm going to be doing individual reviews on those coming up, as well as some other things. So stay tuned. I got a lot more videos coming up. I got a couple of days off from work, hanging out at the house here, trying to straighten up and do some things, but I'll be doing some extra videos as well. So that's all I got. Leave your comments. Let me know if you have any experience with these speakers. And I'd love to hear your feedback. So we'll talk to you later on. We'll see you on the next video, and happy listening to all of you out there. Take care.